What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Now, look, we got a little something today, and for the most part, just to be transparent with you, I'm largely skipping over it, right? We got some locations. We got a brief little teaser trailer, 45 seconds, and that's all well and dandy, but I really want to talk about kind of the ending of that and more about the future for this game, because as the trailer winds down and as EA even made a statement, or BioWare, what's basically happening is this game is getting the full look, right? A very big, I would say, unveiling of it this upcoming summer. And there's kind of two different parts to that people are talking about. Number one, the idea of hiding behind, teasers, which I want to talk about. And number two, okay, well, you show off the thing in full this summer. So when does that mean that the game comes out? Want to talk about that too. Let's start there, right? If you fully reveal this thing in June or July, you do an EA, it's actually been a very long time since they've done an EA play, but say you do something, a live stream, maybe Summer Game Fest, whatever it is. You show gameplay. Now, look, the next time you show this game, and this actually connects to that first point we were talking about, you need to show in the game us doing things, quests, fighting, needs to be fighting. You need to see it, okay? Demanding it. I'm demanding it. And I normally don't demand too much, but it's that time, okay? I think, honestly, it was probably time now or even like earlier than now, but it's definitely time in the summer. Okay, but we'll come back to that. So does that mean that the game could come out in the fall? I think it could. I really think it could. And that's what makes me pretty excited, although we have to still wait now potentially 6 months. I think it will be 6 months, maybe even a little bit more, until we see this game. I do think you can work it where you show it, you have a big blowout-like thing for it, and the game comes out next fall. Not demanding it next fall, come out when you're ready. And we've talked about this with BioWare, right? You gotta nail this. I think a big reason why people are so worried about it has been because of the history of BioWare. I think that's all actually deserved. It's probably what separates me from some of the other people on YouTube or other just people in the community. Like, I want this game to be good, and I think it can be good, and I also think BioWare is on the up and up. I think the redemption story is going to come. I really hope so, and I really think so. Just the way that they've kind of structured this team and Mass Effect, I really think they can do it. However, there's not a lot of evidence currently in front of us that, you can super trust them. And generally with the game industry, as we've actually seen, even with some of our most loved games of all time, you can't really trust them. Sometimes they can absolutely get destroyed. And Dragon Age, depending on what you feel of Inquisition and all that, maybe you already aren't so hot on the franchise. So I get it. I honestly get it. And again, like, why I'm skipping this thing that we got today, because it's not much. Honestly, like, yeah, you can do some deep dives. I'm sure people have, and I'm sure they're good stuff. People do excellent work in the Dragon Age community, and it's a very detailed, driven community. Okay, that's fine. But we really are to the point where we need to see this game. And I understand that it could still be a year away, and that's fine. I think we just needed a little bit more today. And I think that puts a lot of pressure on them. Again, this summer, you now have to go all out. Not only do you have to go all out, but you have to really sell it on people, because your game may come out within 6 months of that. And that's fine. I mean, that kind of turnaround time is actually excellent. I actually prefer it when games do that. Show me a big blowout event. Show me the gameplay. Show me all these features. Get interviewed. Go on your media tour thing, right? Like, do all that stuff and then come out 4 or 5 months later. I love that. The issue is that they are doing that, but they also aren't, because this game has been around forever, and that's fine. Games take forever to make, but they've also been showing it around forever, in the sense that it's been at Jeff Keighley shows every freaking year. Gamescom, Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, not all of them. I think it's been there 4 times. 4 times. Always concept art, always teaser trailers, always developer interviews, never the game. And again, like, okay, you're trying to drum up interest, we get it, but at some point people kind of like have enough of it. And again, it puts so much pressure now, I think, on the time that you're going to do it. Because now when you show it, it's not just in like a vacuum. You've had like 4 years of this thing building up, and all of these teases and literal teasers, right? Nothing massive, all kind of just around, and people have been wondering, okay, well, like, how is the game? Is it going to be okay? There was even the leaked gameplay of the, and that's the most we've actually, I think, ever seen of this game, was that leak, which is not necessarily fair to them, right? But now you got to go all out. So I'm looking forward to it. I think they can do a good job. I actually feel pretty okay that they're going to nail it, but I completely understand why people are hesitant, why people have kind of had enough. And, we just did this with Mass Effect, and I gave Mass Effect completely the benefit of the doubt, and I defended Mass Effect with these teasers, with these N7 days of just these like cryptic, riddles and codes and all this stuff. I actually think they've done a really good job, and I've had a blast like looking at it and watching the community like decipher this stuff. But yeah, does BioWare have an issue with like all these teases and all these cryptic things and then not like delivering? Recently, yeah. And there's no way of breaking that trend until you do it. Like, you have to actually do it. And Mass Effect hasn't done it. It's just been these smaller things. And eventually we'll get it, but maybe not for another like 2-3 years. Dragon Age, well, it could be coming out literally a year from now. We could be playing it, and yet we still have next to nothing. And yeah, again, you're getting it 6 months before. Potentially we'll see everything, but just the way they've handled it, I can understand people getting upset. And I don't think it makes the Mass Effect situation better either. I actually think it hurts the Mass Effect situation. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.